Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 100 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas, that is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, like I say, this movie is really going to borrow many different elements from the expanded universe, also known as Star Wars Legends, which honestly is really great and a step in the right direction by JJ, George Lucas, Disney, and Lucasfilm, in order to really make the hardcore Star Wars fans very much happy and could very well foreshadow of what's to come with the new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren traveling to one of the abandoned Imperial bases, over in the Outer Rim, where it's explained to contain Palpatine's vault that he kept locked away for decades. It's explained that Kylo and the Knights of Ren eventually break their way into Palpatine's vault, where they discover many relics and artifacts from hundreds of years ago that Palpatine got a hold of, one of which is said to be one of the lightsabers that belonged to Darth Revan. It's explained that this saber hilt design of Revan is inactive and no longer working. However, it is said to be a saber that Revan used during the Old Republic era. Additionally, it's explained that on a shelf in Palpatine's vault, one of the other holocrons of Darth Revan can be seen in the background that is said to have a different design than a normal Sith holocron. It's said that this is JJ's way of including callbacks to Star Wars Legends and putting aspects of the EU into the current canon material. Lastly, it's described that Palpatine also owns a ring that once belonged to Revan as well, that is dubbed as an enhancer, that allows a Force sensitive to become stronger through the ways of the Force. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, in case you guys out there are unfamiliar with the character of Darth Revan, very big and popular character in the EU throughout the 1990s into the 2000s. Very well known character. A lot of fans love this character. And a lot of people just want to see him on the big screen for the new Star Wars trilogy, which, by the way, there are a lot of hints that that is exactly what's going to happen now, since Revan was hinted at in The Last Jedi, of course, visual dictionary, and now we're getting Revan artifacts and relics in The Rise of Skywalker, so it's starting to make a lot of sense here of where things are really going with Episode 9, since Disney, Lucasfilm, and JJ, they are not just using Episode 9 as a way to end the sequel trilogy, but they're also using it as a foundation to really create new Star Wars lore and to build towards something larger. And I believe that building towards something larger is in reference to the new Star Wars trilogy. These are basically pre-Easter eggs, if you will, where they are actually Easter eggs without us even realizing that they really are going to be Easter eggs, because there's no new Star Wars trilogy yet about the Old Republic as we speak. But this is all loosely based off of what already exists in the EU, changing it up a little bit by J.J. Abrams. Now, this is all said to be within Palpatine's vault. Now, of course, we already learned a couple of months ago that, Kylo Ren based his mask design off of Darth Revan's helmet, which, by the way, Kylo Ren owns. And he brought that helmet of Darth Revan over to the Forger, who the Forger used that as a reference to create Kylo Ren's helmet, and that is the in-universe answer as to why Kylo Ren's mask design is very much similar to that of Darth Revan's. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over here is that Episode 9 is also set to include a lot of relics that will evolve the characters from start to finish. Mainly this is, of course, for Rey, Kylo, and Palpatine in the film, and how that's all going to unfold is going to be very intriguing to see on the big screen. So, I will admit that I'm very excited to see how all these relics are going to play out. We're going to even learn more about them, not just in the movie, but also in the visual dictionary. Now, the upcoming visual dictionary is said to be the longest, or should I say, the fullest visual dictionary yet for a Star Wars movie under Disney. And to me, I think that's pretty exciting, because that tells us that not only is this movie going to be very, very long, as Kelly Marie Tran hinted at D23, but it also tells us that, yes, all these different relics and artifacts are going to play a large role in Episode 9. Another big relic is actually called the Wayfinder, which is actually said to be a Darth Vader artifact that leads Kylo Ren to the unknown regions. So you can really see how artifacts in this movie are really going to be the center of Episode 9. You know, we got a Sith dagger coming into play. That's another artifact that's going to be used by our allies, you know, our heroes, I should say, like Rey and Poe and Finn, stuff like that. So, on top of all of this, I will say that everything related to Darth Revan, like his lightsaber hilt that was left behind that's no longer working, this ring that is called an enhancer that allows one to become stronger through the ways of the Force, as well as other pieces like his other holocron that is actually said to have a different design than a normal Sith holocron, is very mind-boggling. So anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding on the one from night to moon.